चल सीरियल किलर आदर बता.
See, all right, this is my turn now as serial killer Adar. I'm going to be sharing a bunch of photographs with you guys, and you have to tell me which photograph makes you the most uncomfortable. Based
Okay.
on that, I'll be able to tell you what your personality type is.
Okay.
Right now, I'm finding your window most uncomfortable.
I was about to say it, yeah, Thakur. I was waiting for him to put the pictures, and then I would say, Adar, you are making me uncomfortable. Fuck it. यार ठाकुर यार. Shit.
सॉरी सॉरी.
हाँ.
हाँ आदर बता अनकंफर्टेबल कर हमको.
Chalo, out of these photographs, which is the
Woo.
one that makes you like, which is the one that jumps out at you? मुझे ये वाला तो मुझे अनुभव पाल लग रहा है, पता नहीं क्यों.
हाँ वो फुल अनुभव पाल है.
हाँ,
मेरे को टॉप रो एक्सट्रीम लेफ्ट. द गाय वाज लुकिंग
टॉप रो.
अवे.
Oh,
Okay.
I think for me it's the third guy in the top row. Third
टॉप
guy.
रो. Actually,
Shit, this is
this lady
That
extreme
lady
right
is,
also.
yeah, she's also
Actually,
cute.
I changed my answer. It's the top row extreme right lady who's doing this with her hand, and she's staring into your soul. She's making me very uncomfortable.
That guy who's in the third person top row, who's just smiling like that, now it gives me, it feels like he's got ill intentions behind the smile.
हाँ, मेरा भी वही है आदमी. थोड़ा मुझे थोड़ा ये लग रहा है.
That
बट
smile is
ओके, सो
bad.
पहला वरुण का जो चॉइस था, आई गोट टू से द वन दैट वरुण बैकट्रैक्ट ऑन,
Okay.
which I think, and now the one that Varun has selected is more in tune with his personality, which is shocking.
Oh,
So
what
the
did he
one
backtrack
Varun
on?
backtracked from, the one number one, the Varun ne backtrack kiya, which is
Yeah.
so it's repressed control, the aggressor. So you, as a human being, because the photograph is the aggressor, repressed control. That's what the photo represents. And you, on the other hand, are calm, helpful, easygoing. But when you don't want to do something, you stall, you delay, you forget. This is passive resistance, a mask of suppressed dominance. Beneath your peace lies a silent dictator.
This is
Wow.
my
But no,
personality
no, no.
type
But then
basis the picture
you
as.
backtracked. You backtracked on this.
You backtracked. You backtracked to the lady.
Yeah, with a
Have you
hand like
seen the
that.
Oh,
lady? Detached.
detached.
Social but alone. You are outgoing, talkative, always around people, but you never really let them in. Connection
Oh,
feels unsafe.
No.
This
oh,
is pseudo
wow.
sociability.
Nailed
Connection
it.
without closeness.
Nailed
A
it.
lonely person in a crowd.
Oh, fuck.
No.
I can't believe they have nailed Thakur so well.
No,
Shit.
I'm definitely the opposite of lonely person in a crowd.
Thakur is the loneliest person. You have never met him outside the podcast. He's like outside the podcast वो घर पे ऐसे बैठा रहता है silently. Yes, it's
एक
very
चाकू के
lonely.
साथ ऐसे पीछे ऐसे इसलिए इसलिए वो
Actually,
ऐसी
मैं ना
ऐसी बैठी है.
I was agreeing with Kautuk.
हाँ.
I was
What
agreeing
is
with
mine?
Kautuk, but I think I'm going to backtrack to yours was the third guy.
Yeah,
But
third guy.
I'm
Third guy
backtracking to
top
the
row.
number eight. That number eight is if I see him somewhere, मेरे को लगता है मेरे को चाकू मारेगा.
But what is
नंबर
three?
एट
So
मतलब जो लग रहा है उसको हार्वर्ड में एडमिशन मिला है.
जो
हाँ, ये
जो
मुझे
लग रहा
बहुत
है जैसे he has just
but
killed John F. Kennedy Jr.
exactly, it looks like he's done something and he's just
Lee
come like
Harvey
मैं
Oswald.
फोटो खींचने आता हूँ 1 मिनट to remember this
Bro,
moment.
Lee Harvey Oswald is top. The guy selected first, he gives very Lee Harvey Oswald
Yeah.
vibes.
I don't think you've seen Lee Harvey Oswald
So
recently.
It would be scary if you did see him recently.
yeah, yes. अरे वो बाहर भाजी कर ही रहा था.
अच्छा पर बता ना जल्दी.
Number
Number
three,
three is
huh?
what?
So number three is the overthinker,
Oh
fear of
shit.
mental chaos. You
Fuck,
crave
exactly.
structure, routine, control because your mind, it's everything is too alive. You silence the noise with order. You're not boring. You're afraid of losing grip. Uh,
That's
that's
exactly me.
defensive rigidity, keeping reality from slipping.
Bro, that's exactly me, man. Fuck, this is too good a test. Then,
मेरा
तेरा
मेरा
क्या
by
है?
कुछ
the way,
और
can I
याद
tell
नहीं
you
आ रहा है.
something? This is more accurate than my zodiac sign. So I don't know what to think of this.
Hey, no, your zodiac sign said good things will happen. Be wary of
Wow,
bad people.
that's exactly me.
Your lucky color is yellow.
That's
Okay?
Today, a person that you have not thought of for a long time will
We'll think
think ill
about
of
it.
you. He will think ill of you.
And we already
but
have a person in our mind who's doing
हाँ,
that.
ये साला कमीना
oh,
मेरे बारे में सोच रहा है, फेस मेरा गुड़ी पाड़वा खराब कर रहा है कुत्ता.
अला बाबा
ओके,
हमेशा ये
मेरा
करता
है
है.
द रोल प्लेयर
Correct.
Hyper
Wow. Hey,
identification.
let's not get too much information about your private life.
You like role
You
playing
are
and
you are very feminine or very masculine. अच्छा
अच्छा ये तूने खुद बनाया है खुद. अच्छा ठीक है.
पे
Okay,
लिखा
okay.
है.
नहीं नहीं.
we don't have your POV, na? You are feminine and masculine.
That tone shift.
Afterthought.
Please write in comments if you think Aadar has added those lines or not. Please tell.
Yeah. After watching that, do you think Aadar made it up? Or was
I'm
masculine?
very confident. I'm fine, guys. I'm very fine. I'm in touch with my feminine side.
You
That's
are.
okay.
Everything
No, but you
about
have to
you
be in touch with
says
your masculine side, no Aadar?
Masculine side,
shit.
because you are
I
feminine according to
literally,
me.
I literally says everything about you says this is who I am. I don't care. But maybe that's you overcompensating.
Wow, you literally have proved it true. Good job.
Wow.
Great. Please
Maybe you
link it in
question
comments,
who you
Aadar.
are.
अच्छा बाकी लोग का क्या है कुछ है क्या रेडली अगर किसी ने बॉटम रो फर्स्ट लड़की लेफ्ट से सिलेक्ट की जो फ्रैंकेनस्टाइन की बीवी लग रही है
Yeah, from The Bride.
Okay, the performer, hidden narcissism. You seem shy, humble, quiet, but you love being noticed.
This is
And
Bawa.
you know how to be seen. Yeah,
This is
yeah, yeah.
Bawa. This is Bawa. This is literally Bawa.
Yeah,
फिर
humble
Wow.
narcissist.
बावा को भेजते हैं और देखते हैं कि व्हाट डिड ही व्हिच वन ही सिलेक्ट एंड इफ ही सिलेक्ट्स दिस
तो
लेडी देन तो दिस
यार.
इज अ अल्टीमेट ट्रू टेस्ट
Then I have to send this to all my friends and be like, तू भी बता क्योंकि so accurate, bro.
और बाकी वो जो
You-
टॉप सेकंड एंड टॉप रो नेक्स्ट टू ली हार्वी ऑसवाल्ड विद सन
ये सेकंड वाला ऐसा लगता है जैसे मेरे को लोन देगा. लाइक अभी मैं इससे कुछ मांगने
अबे
जाऊंगा.
अबे ये लोन शार्क ज्यादा लग रहा है बैंक लोन देने वाले थे तो लोन चुकाएगा नहीं तो तेरे को काट देगा ये
The impulsive, the hidden rage. People call you kind, balanced, trustworthy, but inside something simmers. Buried irritability, suppressed outbursts. You don't explode, you swallow. That's not a nice sentence.
That's the
This is repressed effect.
weirdest sentence I've ever heard.
पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट you don't need to
Personality
swallow
test on
How are you exploding
Brazers.com.
and swallowing at the same time? It's so bizarre.
same time unless
Unless you're
There are
giving
ways.
yourself.
unless
Yeah.
unless you're Marilyn Manson and you're doing self-fellatio.
There are ways. Okay. Shall
अरे,
we move to
Yes.
the episode?
Yes. Chalo, guys, let us know which picture you selected, and
हाँ.
Aadar will personally DM you all the answers.
And-
Especially if you've selected the last guy in second row, and he'll tell you it's feminine or masculine.
Masculine.
Chalo, chalu karte episode in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set. So, a show you take down some facts, and our personal stories, and we talk about it. Or aaj, we are bringing back one very popular test episode that we do. It's true crime.
Yeah.
But before we go into true crime, last एक दो हफ्ते से मिले नहीं है, तो थोड़ा एक भंकस बातें भी हो जाए. Firstly, thank you to every single person who came for both the sold out shows of Bollywood Postmortem. मजा आ गया. For those of you who don't know, we were doing trial shows this weekend, Thursday and Friday, sorry. और पहला दिन का शो था 3.5 घंटे का धुरंधर.
It was
और
literally
उसके बाद रिवेंज 2.5 घंटे का. उसके बाद इतना बॉलीवुड लास्ट 3 महीने से हम लोग बॉलीवुड के अंदर घुस चुके हैं और उसका पूरा बाहर निकला. तो थैंक यू एवरीवन टू हु केम आउट. राइट अ स्पॉइलर फ्री रिव्यू ऑफ व्हाट यू थॉट of the show.
If you came for the show,
why
please
it was the
reach
best show you watched in a very, very long time. And please be very unbiased.
Yeah, and I mean, this was obviously the trial show, so it's only going to get more and more better. So we are going to have shows obviously very soon. So look out for that. And if you came for the actual first show, which was the Dhurandhar show with a interval, and by the way. To tell you how long the show was, when we did the interval, people have walked up to the people at Habitat and they said, ये लोग मजाक कर रहे हैं कि actually आने वाले हैं कि घर जाएं कि क्या करें? And
No,
then,
when I called the interval, we end the interval on a song. So when I called interval, people started laughing, thinking I was making a last joke before I say good night. Thank you for coming.
good night तो हुआ क्योंकि we have literally that first show was 2 days long. It started on the 19th and ended on the 20th. So superb for everyone who was there. Thank you.
Just like Dhurandhar 2.
वाह,
which I'm going to watch tonight. So everybody control,
बता
especially
देते हैं यार ठाकुर, ठाकुर बता देता
Look
हूँ
bad
spot पे।
Kautuk. By the way,
सब
talking
बता
about Dhurandhar 2, मेरी मॉम डैड ने गलती से बुक कर दिया, मालूम है, सुबह के 8:15 का शो।
Oh,
ब्रो, तो
hilarious.
गुड़ी पाड़वा के दिन पे मेरे माँ बाप 8:15 जाके seeing people hack to their death।
Before
गुड़ी
your morning
पाड़वाच्या
show.
हार्दिक शुभेच्छा, और उसके बाद पूजा। बहुत फनी था ब्रो।
Very funny.
ऑस्पिशियस डे में सुबह उठ के
Oh,
तो
very
I
funny.
thought so. 1 and 2 were running like a lot of movies. Yeah, बीच में they did a re-release, ना? I thought your mom dad actually. अरे भाई, इतना
how dumb
your
do you think
mom
my
dad booked
parents are?
Dhurandhar.
How
अबे,
dumb do you think they are?
this is no
Did your
reflection on your
mom and
parents.
dad watch Dhurandhar 1 instead of 2?
नहीं, वो इतने आलसी उन लोग। bro, they've been saying कि आदर हमारे लिए टिकट बुक कर, और मैंने की नहीं है, so I'm just
Wow.
they are those, अरे करना बुक मेरे लिए।
But I actually wanted to watch Project Hail Mary, which was supposed to also release on the 19th. But
Yeah,
अभी
which has been
26
postponed.
को हो रहा है. But by the way, फाड़ दिया है. People are calling it a best movie of 2026 already, and banger sci-fi movie. And इसका बुक भी था, जो मैं देखता हूँ Kindle पे अवेलेबल है कि नहीं, but
It is the
apparently
best. हाँ, yeah, वरुण Kindle में मिल जाएगा। I think that's the
कर
best
लूंगा।
way for you to.
Other message me separately saying कि अगर तू हेल मेरी देखने जा रहा है तो then please read the book before you see the movie.
Please, if you guys, yeah, the fact that it's not released right now on audio, because I think 15 hours long or something. So if you like really go like, because the audio book is genuinely, it does the book justice. Like it adds to the book. Like it's using that particular media to actually present the book to you. It's not like a person just reading the book to you. There's
What if
so
you
much
take the
more
book and
added.
go to the theater to watch the movie?
ये
तू 15 घंटा बैठेगा।
नहीं, ये अच्छा आइडिया है.
अच्छा
I
आइडिया ना,
think if
बुक
you just
लेके जाए
hold the
theater
book
में।
like this, then all
No, just
the
open it like that and just flip to the page
Oh.
and see how it matches.
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So when you're sitting in the theater, somebody just asks you, "Have you read the book?" I am reading.
I am
the
reading
book.
as
I'm
I watch.
No, and you're just
speed
loudly
reading.
saying मजा नहीं आया यार, मजा नहीं आया, ये जो डायलॉग है वो तो डाला ही नहीं है, ये तो मेन.
और
Or
better
just
still,
flip 2 pages ahead. अरे देख अभी, ये देख ये होने वाला
हाँ,
है।
ये हो रहा है। या तो फिर धुरंधर 2 देखने जा, और उसमें तू बैठ, वैसे भी 15 घंटे की पिक्चर है, तो उसमें तेरा हेल मेरी भी हो जाएगा, धुरंधर सुन भी लेगा तू।
No, I like this idea. By the way, Dhurandhar is a 4 hour. Dhurandhar 2 is a 4 hour opus. So you should actually take something that you wanted, you've not had time for.
Like your IKEA furniture you want to assemble,
May as well.
that one sweater you had to knit.
Because of all the Kautuk,
Public.
तू देख के आया ना Kautuk. So
Yes.
how much bullshit was dressed up around the actual movie? How many trailers? How many ads? How much?
By
ये
the way,
कितना था?
surprisingly, I had gone for a 11 p.m. show and I was expecting the worst. But PVR being very considerate only showed 15 minutes of ads. And then they just began the film.
Yes,
And
because
I saw. Bol.
PVR has reduced 15 minutes from all their ads and then managed to add 10 more shows in the same day of Dhurandhar.
Correct.
तो सुबह 8 बजे चालू हो रहा है, 3 बजे भी है शो रात को।
3 बजे भी है.
कौन है पब्लिक 3 बजे? मतलब तू दूध वाले के साथ घर पे आएगा 7 बजे।
No, but I mean,
ये मैं लेके जाता हूँ, नहीं मेरे घर का है।
But there are those folks now who and I'm not even joking about this. The fact that it's so long a movie that people can't find time. So they're like, okay, I'll sacrifice one night's sleep and I'll watch this and go straight to work. So वो PVR के बाथरूम में ऐसे नहा के सीधा पहुंच जाते हैं.
तू बेसन में साबुन लगा रहे इधर।
Yes sir. Hamza Ali Mazari sir. Yes.
तो you're saying कि पीवीआर के टॉयलेट में पब्लिक ऐसे तौलिया और एक टूथब्रश, एक ग्लास, टूथपेस्ट।
I mean, what other choice do they have left? Yeah.
No, they don't even need to leave the theater. They can just be there and nobody will catch them also because दिन का 15 शो हो रहा है पिक्चर का।
Yeah.
ठीक है, तो तू रुक जा, जैसे एक स्क्रीन खोला जाके देख, अंदर को है नहीं तो घुस जा।
क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
कोई 500 करोड़ बन गया है ना पिक्चर का ऑलरेडी।
800 करोड़।
800. I think by the end of this podcast का shoot, it'll have made 100 crore more.
800 करोड़ ऐसे ही बनेश।
अरे आते जाओ, चलो
तो इसके बाद में चालू करते हैं ट्रू क्राइम, और एज वी लाइक टू कॉल इट वर्ल्ड वॉर 3।
and I think the perfect segue would be this. Okay, I have one story which is Dhurandhar gone wrong. Okay,
Oh,
you guys.
Wait, is that a story or Anupama Chopra's review of Dhurandhar?
It's so basically what happened is, okay, so this is set in 1968, okay, in South Korea. Now, because there was an assassination attempt made on the South Korean president, the South Koreans got really upset. Okay, so they initiated something called a military unit called
Dhurandhar?
Unit. Wow.
क्या बात कर रहा है?
South Koreans have created Operation Dhurandhar.
ऐसे कुछ.
अरे but if you were to assume who's going to come up with a project Dhurandhar, you would never assume it's South Koreans. So it's the smartest decision to name it.
Pakchan Wook.
हाँ.
Dhurandhar.
No, it's so they created something called the military unit was called Unit 684. Now, Unit 684
It
was.
doesn't have the impact.
अरे तू सुनना क्या करते हैं लोग. Unit 684 was largely comprised of death row inmates and other petty criminals. So Unit 684 was then sent, okay, very quietly and very discreetly. They were transported to an uninhabited island called Silmido for brutal training. Okay, so ये लोग full train कर रहे हैं. It's full. I want to use one term, but I can't because it will spoil it for Thakur. But basically, train कर रहे हैं. And then their purpose was to infiltrate North Korea and then eventually assassinate Kim Il-sung. Okay, that was their plan. But they finish their preparation at Silmido. And as they finish the preparation, they find out that diplomatic ties have improved. तो इन लोग को बोल दिया अभी कैंसल. Unit 684 कैंसल.
So एक मिनट 684 नॉर्थ कोरिया पहुंच गए. अभी बोल रहे भाई कैसे मतलब नहीं मेरे को इधर क्यों भेजा? मेरे को साउथ कोरिया में रहने का. मेरे को नॉर्थ कोरिया में नहीं रहने का. Please.
No. It gets better. So they were told Unit 684, who again to remind you, stocked with death row criminals, and they were told कि भाई साहब आपका project अभी cancel. So they took it really badly.
No shit. And they killed the guy in charge of.
And now you have taken A, death row inmates, then B, you have given them extensive training, and now they're in Seoul and you've pissed them off. So violent confrontation. It was Seoul gang war.
Dude, that's too funny. You think North Korea got wind of this situation and उन लोग ने रिवर्स धुरंधर खेला है कि अरे किम इल सुंग बोल रहा है कि एक काम करते हैं भाई इन लोग आने वाले तो अपन डिप्लोमेटिक टाइज करा रहे थे इनकी सनक जाएगी ये खुद जाके उधर धुरंधर कर देंगे.
Wow, genius.
रिवर्स.
तो ये लोग तो तू बोल रहा है नॉर्थ कोरिया पब्लिक को साउथ कोरिया भेजिए बोल रहे कि तुम लोग मर्डर करो और तुम लोग डेथ रो पे जाओ एंड देन यू विल गेट ट्रेनिंग. सो नाउ नॉर्थ कोरिया सेविंग ऑन ट्रेनिंग आल्सो.
Oh wait, so you've added one more flip that these guys are actually originally Kim Il Sung के भतीजे थे.
रेस सासों की
साहब निकालते जा रहे हेड में. जो कौन है तू? अंजाली मजारी.
मैं हूँ किम इल सुंग.
खुदा है किम इल सुंग. That's nuts though. So फिर what did they manage to catch these well-trained death row inmates or?
Yeah, now they have a K-pop band. Now they
have BTS.
नहीं बैंड का नाम वही है ना 786. क्या था नाम? 684.
But you know, if you're making like a hardcore like death squad, call it something better than a random 648 number. 648 just sounds like you are one of the 648 units that are there.
Yeah. But superb. Okay. तो चालू करते हैं.
चलो मैं तुमका बताता हूँ पहला ट्रू क्राइम स्टोरी. तो ये आया मुझे मेरी बीवी से. मेरी बीवी भी एक पॉडकास्ट सुनती है. इट्स हेदर मैकडोनल्ड करके शी इज अ पॉडकास्टर कमेडियन फ्रॉम द यूएस. सो निकिता इज अ ह्यूज फैन. So she has started another podcast, which is her and her sister, who's a cousin sister or sister, I don't know, is a criminal lawyer. So they discuss all these cases that are there. And she told me about this case that was quite intense. Okay. So the thing is about this guy called Brendan Banfield, who lives in suburban Washington DC, and his wife Christine Banfield. Now they have 2 3 kids, and they also have an au pair. You guys know what au pair is? मतलब nanny को French में थोड़ा fancy way में au pair. So she'll take care of the kids, also take care of the house, खाना बनाना, सब fold करना ये वो. Now because you're in the US, you can't afford to take a person who's American because they will charge you a bomb. So what do? You always end up going to like immigrants from other countries who are coming in, whether India, Nepal, Brazil, Mexico, wherever, right? So they had an au pair who was Brazilian. Now everything is going fine till one day the police gets a call from the au pair saying that please somebody come home, there's been a break-in in the house and Christine, the wife, is getting attacked. Okay. Brendan Banfield, the husband, has come home at the right time to see a man strangling his wife. And what looks like fucking assault. So he shoots him. Because they have firearms right there. So he shoots the guy. Then the cops and all come in and they start investigating this whole thing, that who's this guy, how did he get in, taking everybody's statements and all of that. As this is happening, obviously they're digging in deeper. As they dig in deeper, they go through, search history, internet pe kya chal raha hai, ye wo. Turns out that the wife was on this website called Fetish Life, Fet Life, F-E-T. Fetish Life, where basically people who have weird, awkward kings, dirty kings, crazy kings, whatever, can connect. So it's very open there, right? For example, hey, my kink is XYZ, yours is that too, cool, let's meet. Like it's like Christian Mingle or J-Date, stuff like that. So it turns out that this wife had an account on this thing called Fet Life and had registered one of her fetishes as being strangled and forced upon and all of that.
Oh.
Crazy, weird kink, right? Turns out this man also, they had connected on this website, and the man who was strangling her was actually performing this kink. So she would leave the door open for the man. The guy would be masked. He would come in with like a knife and and rope to tie her hands and all of that. And she said, even if I say no, you will still do it. So the man is doing what he thinks is what do you call it? Is a permission leke king. But it's like it's
role playing as
they're role playing, and it's consensual. That's what he thinks, because they both met on Fet Life and this is what has happened. Now things get weird because they're like, oh, wait, so this guy was actually like carrying out this Fet Lifing it, and aisa hua, and he has stabbed her. Maybe in a he stabbed her. So he's trying to stab her. Stabbed her. How? She was stabbed also.
Oh.
So that is the connection that they've made. Now, turns out that this husband has moved on with the au pair.
Of course.
Okay. Anyway, she works in the house. She knows her way around the house. The kids like her. And her name is Juliana. And she's Brazilian. Now he started being with her, living with her or whatever. And the cops obviously they find that a bit odd. Like, your wife has just been killed and now you have moved on with this nanny. Then they investigate further. And guess what they find out?
Wait.
So Brendan Banfield and Christine Banfield, the couple, they were having a lot of marital problems. They were consistently fighting and all of that. Now, this bastard, who's by the way an IRS agent, he's an IRS agent in the US, which is their income tax. So this guy didn't want to go through the rigmarole of divorce because it becomes like a long, extended thing, right? He'll lose his money, yada yada. So he didn't want to go through that.
Brendan,
the husband. So what he has done is that he, along with the au pair, have hatched a plan. And what is the plan? The plan is that they've created a fake account of Christine, the wife, on Fet Life, matched with some other people who have weird and horrible kinks, told that person that, hey, I'll keep the door open. You come in, get a knife as well, get me a time. Even if I say no, I want you to go ahead and do it.
Oh.
And very cleverly, because they have hatched the plan, the nanny knows that this guy is going to come now. He is going to enter the room or the house because the key has been left underneath. And the husband also knows what time he is coming. So
Yeah,
once he
because
comes in and he is doing all of those things, he will shoot. फिर उसका ही हाथ लेके stab किया है. So it looks like he has done it.
wow. That's crazy.
So now they've uncovered all of this. They took the au pair कि भाई तू इधर आजा. If you turn state's evidence, we'll give you a lenient sentence. Which is their thing is they just need to get the sentencing going, right? If there are two people involved, it's easier to get the immigrant who wants to actually move and get citizenship in the country. तो उसको बोला तू plead to manslaughter and give us evidence on him, so that we will then give you a reduced sentence. So she has been sentenced to 10 years, out of which she'll serve 4. And because she has turned state's evidence and collaborated with the cops, this guy is now life in prison without parole, because they have charged him not just for manslaughter, they've charged him for reckless endangerment of kids, because the kids were at home.
Yeah.
They have charged him for use of firearm technically on a innocent man.
Yeah.
Right? The guy thinks he is here to fulfill a fetish.
Yeah.
Wife has no idea what the hell is going on. These assholes have jumped in. So there's plausible na कि ये इधर था. You've not gotten him out from somewhere. He has entered. They've created this entire story on this fet life. But the cops managed to uncover everything, and he gonna be in jail for 20 life. So whatever, without chance of parole.
Oof.
All because he
what a
didn't want to
convoluted-
go through divorce. Dude, that is, I'm like, when Nikita was telling me this story, it's mind blowing that, you will go through so much effort
Yeah.
of it even going sideways very soon. You don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Plus, if your wife is murdered and you move on with the nanny, the au pair, what do you think is going to happen? Is any cop going to be like, that is normal? I'm sure he is innocent.
Yeah.
What makes people go through all of that instead of just being like, hey, listen, I'm unhappy in this marriage. Let's get a fucking divorce. At least you're not, now the kids are going to grow up knowing that their mom was murdered. And the person who got it all done was the father.
Yeah.
And it's America.
Shows the level to which people will go to, the lengths to which people will go to avoid paperwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's literally that. I'm like, bhai, khatam karna. Or America, bro, this thing is going to blow up even more. There's 100% Netflix ki idhar kone mein baith ke documentary bana raha hai.
Surely.
And now these poor kids have to grow up without either of the parents.
Yeah, exactly. Without both the parents, and also you have killed another innocent guy on the side.
Exactly.
Who's like, if you look at it from his POV, it's even more baffling, because he's come here saying, "Oh wow, Fet Life has really worked for me."
Yeah.
He's entered the thing as promised. He's found this woman as promised. This woman is saying no and all of that as promised.
Yeah.
And he's going about his job. Then a man comes with a gun. He's like, "Wow, this is getting very elaborate."
Yeah.
And then he gets shot. Like,
You think he looked at him, he said, sorry, are you also on Fet Life? He's like, no, bro, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm on Fet
But
Life.
the stabbing, I'm still confused about the stabbing. Like, चल वो आदमी आया, उसने
taken
चल
the-
choke किया.
He's taken his hand, no? And put
हाथ
the...
लेके ये किया ना. The guy wasn't actually stabbing.
Oh, yeah. Correct. Haan, I forgot.
She's not going to die just by tying of hands, na.
Yeah.
But
I think it's strangulate, वो सब भी किया. I might be a little ऊपर नीचे about it, but the point is that she wasn't murdered by this guy. She was murdered by the husband.
it's one of the more ingenious.
It is 100% ingenious, because imagine, look at the day and age we live in, right? They know you are going to be, the cops are going to investigate, and thanks to enough documentaries and all these murder mystery series that we all watch, we know pretty much like the process, at least the main thing. They know they're going to go on the search history.
Yeah.
They will check किधर क्या है, तो उसके लैपटॉप से किया है. You know what I mean? Like, ये इतना उसने दूर का सोचा है, bro.
Yeah.
But then still, like a fucking typical idiot man, has done the cardinal sin of, hey, my wife died, now I'm moving on with Nanny. Which
Guy.
even if he had not done this murder for whatever reason, assume hypothetically, even if he had not done this murder, the minute you do that, you're going to come in people's eyes, boss.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just feel for the kids. I feel for that Fat Life guy, and I feel for the kids. Like,
Yeah,
what the hell? It's
and the wife who has no idea,
no idea.
who has zero like clue, has
Yeah.
like it's tremendously scary shit, dude. I got to check my phone if there are any apps that I don't know about.
Yeah. Check the Fat Life hai kya? Fat Life, bro.
कौतुक का खाली कौतुक का फेड लाइफ है
Felt like, oh,
बस
well
आज
felt like.
सब लोग साथ में मिलके keep feeding me jawar puff even if I say no
By the way, Jawar Puff out, popcorn in. Let's go.
yes, this is a new fetish Kautuk has started.
Bro,
Popcorn
and
that
it's
is
fucking disgusting because he eats the popcorn has to be popped fresh and eaten. But no, Kautuk takes pre-packaged popcorn with already comes with masala or peri
Cheese.
peri
Cheese.
or other shit on it, which has been lying in a Blinkit dark store for God knows how fucking long. And when he opens that first pops, oof, that's the real true crime, bro. The first,
वरुण का कुत्ता घर से भाग गया था. We had to get him back. He was so scared to come back into the house.
Yeah.
Popcorn खोला है.
So, yeah, by the way, should tell you about one in this true crime space. I found this one story. Okay, this is a urban legend that exists within the law circles. Okay, I'm sure
This
that you
something
must
I should already be knowing. Yeah.
yeah. In those 7 days at government law college, I'm sure you heard of this one. So it's a very it's an interesting urban myth that about this one particular lawyer. They attributed, or at least my source said that they attributed to this guy called William Fallon. Now, William Fallon was this guy who was in a courtroom as a lawyer for a guy who had committed a murder. So he's in this courtroom and he's giving, and there was a lot of evidence against his client, and the case was getting very, very difficult. And he knew that the evidence was so much that he had to do something really amazing to sway the what do you call it, the jury. So what he does is, in his closing argument, okay, he's wrapping everything up and he's summarizing everything, and then suddenly he stops, looks at the clock in the courtroom, and then he says, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for me to not say anything more, but instead tell you that my client did not do any of this that he's being accused of. He's not a murderer because the victim is going to walk in through the doors." Right? And as he says this, the entire courtroom has turned. Okay, the jury has turned, the judge has turned, the witnesses, everyone has turned to see whether this victim will walk through the door, and she doesn't. Right? The victim doesn't walk through the door, but William Fallon goes on to say that, okay, she wasn't going to come through, but all I wanted to do was to tell you that there is a reasonable doubt even in your mind because you turned to look. So just hold on to that reasonable doubt and look at the case properly again. Okay, now he has done this. He has उसने तो खेल लिया है इक्का, but according to this urban myth, इक्के पे आया है डबल इक्का क्योंकि prosecutor has gotten up and he's like, yes, you are right. The judge has turned, the jury has turned, the witness has turned, but the defendant didn't turn. Because he knew that the person was dead.
But great one, bro. Great.
ये होता है
Great rebuttal.
Yeah.
Great rebuttal.
This is a urban legend. It also featured in Boston Legal, if I'm not wrong. So one of these shows. But basically, this is a story that iconic. कि क्या होता है courts में, one of those stories. So
it's quite nuts.
That is one. And the second small one that I want to bring to you guys is the story of, it's not even a story, it's just a news article. So there's this guy called Palmer Luckey. Okay, Palmer Luckey is the inventor of the Oculus, the VR headset.
VR headset, okay. Crazy है, मैंने use किया है जब भी बहुत पहले, yeah, when it was being launched, they had a version of it that we were given to try out at Facebook के Facebook नहीं, Google. One of the
क्या दिखा तेरे को? क्या VR दिखा?
Hey bro, the one when I tried it was literally like one of the first versions. It was coming out and it was literally एक घर के अंदर जा रहा है, stairs के ऊपर चढ़ रहा है, रूम में जा रहा है, खिड़की खोल रहा है, वैसा सब था. काफी
अच्छा था,
घूमी।
मजा आया.
मतलब अभी कितना मजा आएगा घर में घूमने में।
But
हाँ.
Thakur, just for you, because Palmer Lucky heard the feedback from people like you who said कि कितना ही मजा आ रहा है यार घर में चल के. तो पार्मर लकी बोला कि ठीक है अभी तेरे को मजा चखाता हूँ. तो पार्मर लकी basically came up with a version of a VR headset, okay, which basically does this. Okay, if you die in the game, then the VR headset also explodes, so you die in real life.
What?
One second, is Palmer Lucky's real name Saw from Saw series?
It's a
तो
game.
तो this means our parents were correct कि तुम वीडियो गेम खेलोगे तुम्हारा दिमाग फट जाएगा.
Yeah,
Bro, so
literally.
you think this game begins with DEAD Sports?
Wow. Wow.
असल
वाह
गेमर
क्या
ये स्पोर्ट्स की जगह पे
क्या निकाला है.
स्पोर्ट्स
But but
हाँ.
he basically has invented this thing. He says, "Ki, look, I've come up with the VR headset, but I still haven't come up with the game yet." But
I have the killing device ready.
What is the game? Like it involves you dying. Like how many people are going to be like, अरे एक ट्राई तो बनता है. अबे एक ही ट्राई बन रहा है और कुछ नहीं बन रहा है.
but
How
can
many
you?
lives do I have? One.
But it really puts your skin in the game, na? Ki imagine how much dedication you'll play GTA with if you know कि एक बार मैं पकड़ा गया या मारा गया तो खत्म.
नहीं,
फिर
क्योंकि अदरवाइज जीटे यू प्ले विद दिस गे अबैंडन ऑफ
या
अरे किसको भी गोली मार दे उड़ा दे फाड़ दे,
उड़ा
नो
दे.
कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, नो कॉन्सिक्वेंस वायलेंस.
या
अबे
मैं तू
the whole point of a game is that so basically you're putting on a headset to play life.
या
All the shit you do in a game is so that because you have multiple lives, so you can do shit, you can die, you can come back. The whole
correct correct.
point of a game is to respawn.
Yeah, now he's like, why don't you become a full career criminal forever? Like in this.
नहीं, मेरे को जानना ये जब भी इसने प्रपोज किया ये इसको कहाँ से तो कुछ लेना पड़ता है ना एक कुछ तो एक. हाँ या एप्लीकेशन इज प्रोसेस्ड, यू कैन नाउ डेवलप दिस गेम. ये नहीं
नहीं
क्या
नहीं नहीं
ऐसे बना दिया.
नहीं. He's made it. He basically says कि so he was inspired by an anime. The anime
Oh,
is
shocking.
called Sword Art Online. Okay, so Sword Art Online is a game where people are trapped in a video game because like if they die in the game then they'll get killed in real life. So they're all trapped in this thing. So he says I saw that, I was like, oh wow, what a great idea. So I invented my own thing. Man, tech founders are people who will never understand how their brain works. And then after that, he basically says ki the way it works is that they have they have these charges, okay, that are in your device, and if it sees that end screen, तो ये फट जाएगा. तो अगर अगर तुम लोग को खेलना है तो बता दो. Please write into Palmer Lucky. Guys, I'm working on shifting my
No, I think
only because
it's about time.
yeah, only because we were doing postmortem, I couldn't take talks forward, but Airtel has been contacted. Don't worry, अपन निकलने वाले हैं. Okay, so
But by the way, yesterday I was doing a show. There was a girl who used to work at Airtel and she was sitting in the front row. And weird thing was she was laughing 5 seconds after everybody else.
मत बोल यार आधा.
Pa 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 pa
मत
pa
बोल
pa
यार.
pa 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 pa
अब
pa
अब मैं
pa.
क्या कहाँ से लूंगा यार. Okay, so but speaking of taking inspiration, I must tell you this one last. I mean, we'll come back to it, but one story about this guy called Joshua Cook. Okay, so in 2003, 19-year-old Joshua Cook, okay, enters his basement, his house's basement. His parents are watching TV, okay, and he is wearing sunglasses, a leather trench coat, and he's carrying guns, okay, and he opens fire, okay. Now, and then after he kills his parents, he calls the police very calmly and he says that this is what has happened, come and arrest me. Police come, they arrest him. And people who have seen this one particular movie might have by now noticed the correlation, because he has then gone on to tell the police that I killed my parents because I thought I was in the Matrix. I thought this was all a simulation. and which is why he had worn that black trench coat and he had gone and opened fire on his parents. Now, apart from this, he had also created, he used to call himself Neo One, and he had practiced gun fu and shit like that, and then he had done this. And because of this, he blamed his actions basically on mental illness and all these things. And this particular case became known as the Matrix defense, where people began to come up and start saying ki, I think that I'm in a simulation. And so it was all inspired by
Wait, but इसने ये 99 में किया कि recently किया? क्योंकि
2003.
मैट्रिक्स 99 में आया था.
2003.
हाँ, तो just recently उसने मैट्रिक्स
Right
रेवोल्यूशन
when
लेके
it
नहीं
was,
किया.
the hype was peaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
फिर
So,
So
मैट्रिक्स
once he
रेवोल्यूशन लेके
interferes,
बोला अरे ये तो चुतिया पे यार, एक्चुअली मैंने हक दिया एक्चुअली.
yeah.
so
No,
what happens to this person? Then he gets into the,
he
like, he's
was
mentally he's not stable, so he has to be not
no. So
treated
what?
like a.
Yeah, exactly. So he was like he would have gotten the death penalty for this, but because he says मैं matrix में हूँ, so they told him कि अच्छा ते काम कर, फिर तू जेल में बैठ थोड़े दिन. So and by थोड़े दिन they meant 2 life sentences. So he's currently serving 2 life sentences, and at some point, you know, he must, like, can you imagine how frying it must be to be his in like cellmate? कि ये रोज उठ के मैं नियो हूँ, तेरे को पता है क्या, मैं ये आई जस्ट
पब्लिक को कान के नीचे मारे भी छट.
he can't do bullet time in jail.
ऐसा करो वो पीठ में दर्द हो रहा है यार, क्यों साले नहीं हो रहा तेरे को बेंड कर.
नहीं हो रहा है.
Neo रहा है. Neo one.
नहीं हो रहा है.
हाँ.
Okay. हाँ, Aadar, what have you got?
Okay.
एक मिनट बिफोर यू गो अहेड, सॉरी,
हाँ.
बिकॉज तूने बोला कि इसने क्राइम कमिट किया और उसने ये वाला लेके कर दिया. डिड यू हियर अबाउट दिस? अभी जो था ना एक 6 months back, one of the other richies who has crashed and either killed somebody or injured people,
Yeah.
and he has come out, where are you, आजा बाहर, ऐसे कोई लड़की का नाम
अहमदाबाद वाला ना.
अहमदाबाद गाय, उसका फेस थोड़ा टेढ़ा मेढ़ा हो गया था, and he was off his rockers, like his friend ran away.
One more shot चिल्ला रहा था.
Yeah, that guy. I think it was the same guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's granted bail because he was high on drugs.
But what does that have to do with anything?
But
Exactly.
that's literally the definition of under the influence. No, it's not drunken drive. It's under the influence of anything.
Wow.
Fuck.
I think the judicial service needs one more round.
Bye.
Okay. Aadar.
Okay, so this one is a story of since we started with spies, let's just talk about one more spy. This is a Russian spy who was caught because of her cat.
What?
So what happened was these guys, this was her name was Maria Adela Kofed Riviera, which should have been a giveaway because ये चार नाम लेके वैसे ही चल रही है. But she had lived in Italy for more than a decade and was disguised as a Peruvian jewelry maker. And what she did was she used to befriend the wives of NATO generals and then slowly start relationships with the generals and try to get information out of them. And like legit secret she was getting out. And then one day she just disappeared. And then the investigators like, we have to catch her. Like, how do we catch this person? Clearly, this person is really hoodwinked us all. So in लोग को idea आया कि we can't catch this person. So we have to figure out this one cat. There's a chance that she had this one black-white cat called Luisa. I don't know if that was her real name. Maybe the cat was also undercover. But Luisa का face match करके they've been trying to find where this damn cat is, and then they realize that every cat, if this person has crossed the border out of Italy, the cat has had to get registered like a passport. So the cat has to have been microchipped, and there's a good chance that she is probably not noticed. And वो microchip के ID से they located her position and she got caught.
Whoa.
Bro, the same thing is happening with US Marines. So there's a lot of hidden bases, right? US bases across Middle East, Europe, wherever, or Africa. So they have been able to isolate that suddenly in bang in the middle of nowhere, you're getting Whoop Watch or तेरा एप्पल वॉच और तेरा ये जो रिंग से तेरा ये करते हैं उसका सब डेटा आ रहा है. एंड व्हेन यू ट्रायंगुलेट इट ऑल यू रियलाइज दैट इट्स कमिंग इन अ पैच ऑफ लैंड. इधर कौन लोग हैं और इतने सारे और उन लोग एक ही इस पे जाते जा रहे हैं. सो इट्स बेसिकली मरीन्स आउट ऑन द रन इन द मॉर्निंग एंड देयर टाइमिंग एंड देयर चेकिंग ऑल ऑफ दैट. और ये सब डेटा से उनको मालूम पड़ रहा है कि अरे भाई इधर तो यूएस बेस हो सकता है. Because there's no, I mean, it could be other things also, but one of the
Oh
things we managed to
shit.
do, looking at the different places where those signatures are coming from, that this could possibly be uh, like the
There's
US Marines accidentally giving out their location.
there's one other
Right.
very interesting thing that people keep tabs on.
Flight
is-
tracker.
No, not flight tracker. It's even more stupid than that. So so basically you know that something very big is going to happen in the world at some place. Okay. If the Pentagon starts ordering a lot of pizzas.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah.
There's
So they
one
keep on-
pizza place. There's one particular pizza place है जिसका sales ऐसे ही skyrocket होता है.
But-
There's like
but-
something is very serious going wrong.
But now it's time for us to धुरंधर this. कि
हाँ.
पेंटागन ने वो पर्पसली सीड किया है ताकि तेरे को पता नहीं चलेगा.
Yeah. तो इसलिए
Oh.
now they're looking at कौन से दिन पे बिल्कुल एक पिज्जा भी नहीं मंगाया उन लोग.
Yeah.
वो दिन पे होने वाला है. बाप.
Actually पिज्जा नहीं वो लोग बाजू के चाइनीज खाना मंगा रहे हैं. वो that is the
सब डब्बा बन के घर से लेके आ रहे हैं.
actually सब लोग डब्बा के घर से आ रहे
ए
हैं.
कैश पटेल घर से लेके आ थोड़ा उंधियो.
Cash Patel.
Bro, that guy, have you seen his face, bro? Cash Patel.
कुछ तो
Funny.
He's so weird. I don't know how he's made it to the top of the FBI, bro. I can't get over it. Aadar.
Okay, another story is this guy. He's called Iron Mike. Okay, so this was
Where does
guy.
it?
This is Iron Mike. This is from the Great Depression, 1929.
Oh.
So there was a group of 5 guys, and पैसे की कड़की थी उस time. So 5 friends decided कि we will come up with we'll kill a homeless person and make a good quick buck. So what they did was they found this drunk Irish guy.
What? 1 second. What do you mean we'll kill a homeless guy and make a quick buck?
On what?
बताता हूँ ना प्लान इनका क्या है.
हाँ,
प्लान
अच्छा,
इनका
अच्छा,
देख
हाँ,
क्या है.
बताओ,
इनका प्लान ये इनका मास्टर प्लान है कि these 5 guys decided they're gonna find this one drunk Irish guy, like वो बेवड़ा पड़ा रहता है एक बार के उनके बार के आगे. So what they decided was उसका they befriended him and then they started taking out, they took his IDs, उसकी अच्छी ID वाईडी निकलवाई, सब कुछ किया. They did all the paperwork and took out multiple life insurance policies on his name, with each of them being beneficiaries. And then they're like, okay, now we have to kill him in a natural
I know-
way
I
because
know this.
murder हुआ तो तेरे को नहीं होएगा. Murder हुआ तो you won't get the insurance. So now they started, because he's already drunk, so now there's history. So then they started giving him unlimited alcohol. कि तू पी भाई, रोज उसको लेके जा रहा है दारू पी रहे कि इसको सिरोसिस हो जाए, मर जाए ये.
But he's Irish, so he can drink.
So he's drinking. He's drinking every day. And then every day he would go back on the street and they would go back home कि अभी मरा होगा, फिर हम लोग देखेंगे आके. रोज वापस बार में आ जाता था, बोला चलो और पीते.
It's called the luck of the Irish.
And ये
It
पीते
gets
जा रहा है,
better.
पीते जा रहा है. One day these guys decided कि we will mix poison like antifreeze, turpentine and horse tranquilizer
sorry.
in his alcohol.
Ketamine.
To just add one sentence to what you said. So basically, he would keep coming back, and they were paying so much for his alcohol that it was getting meaning they were losing
Frustrating.
money. So they
कि
were
अभी
like,
इंश्योरेंस का भी कवर नहीं होएगा पैसा.
हाँ meaning कि कितना पिएगा बे? तो they said चल अभी इसको उड़ाते
They are
हैं.
missing the premiums because all the money is going in premium liquor.
In premium alcohol. तो अभी इसका हॉर्स ट्रैंक्विलाइजर, टर्पेंटाइन, एंटी फ्रीज डाल दिया इसके दारू में और उसको बोला अब तो ये मरने ही वाला है. और फॉर गुड मेजर, इट फ्रीजिंग टेम्परेचर न्यूयॉर्क, तो इसको चड्डी में छोड़ दिया बाहर. क्या और कुछ नहीं तो एंटी फ्रीज तो मर जाएगा ये. They come back the next day. He has survived and he's asking for more alcohol. And in the end, they got so frustrated that they just ran him over with a taxi. And he still lived.
He still survived.
Bro, is this guy Rasputin? मतलब मर रहा ही नहीं है. Shit.
In the end, they just gave up. They just
No,
gave up.
no, they killed him. They killed him.
They killed him ultimately.
They killed him. They killed him. They put gas through his room and then they
Oh
killed him.
no!
And
I
And
thought
that
this was a
that was
happy story
natural to
ending.
kill him by putting gas in his room.
yeah, and then eventually, like, so basically, he survived. He survived. He survived, and then when he finally died, the whole thing was unraveled later. I forget exactly how it happened, but it was unraveled, and then these fuckers didn't get the money anyway.
Of
So
course.
it all came to nothing. This is if Priyadarshan meets Anurag Kashyap. Like, this is the film, the exact film they would make.
No, they were going for Anurag Kashyap. It became
Became
Priyadarshan by the
Priyadarshan.
end. Yeah, they
Hmm.
had. अरे हम लोग थ्रिलर बना रहे हैं. हाँ ठीक है चलो. अरे साला मरता ही नहीं है. टॉइंग. अरे इसको दारू पिला रहा है. टॉइंग. मर रहा ही
इन लोगों को
नहीं.
जाने
पानी
भी
पे
दो
गिर
यारो
गया.
करना था. जाने भी दो यारो करना था, बट अभी हो गया, बस जाने भी दो यार.
अरे
जाने दो.
जाने दे
जाने
यार.
दो.
जाने
जाने
दे
दे
यार.
यार.
जाने दे यार.
So,
बट बाय द वे तेरे पास है और आदर तेरे पास है और कि मैं
एक एक लास्ट है, एक
हाँ
लास्ट वाला है,
कर
विच
कर
इज
कर.
अ डेक्स्टर इम्पर्सनेटर. सो दिस इज अ
अबे
amateur filmmaker from
लैब
Canada.
वाला कि सीरियल किलर वाला.
सीरियल किलर वाला. हाँ, नॉट जिसकी बहन आके उसका एक्सपेरिमेंट खराब करती है, वो नहीं. So this guy is Mark Andrew Twitchell, and this guy was born on in 1979. Okay, and in 2011 he got arrested for first degree murder.
hmm.
But the thing is, this guy was a amateur filmmaker, proper, like he was desperate to make it, and he used to do like वो जो होता है ना फैन फिल्म्स, फैन फिक्शन फिल्म्स यूज्ड टू ट्राई एंड मेक. सो ही मेड लाइक अ स्टार वॉर्स फैन फिक, ये वो. Now, what he started doing is he's trying to sell a movie, and he's trying to sell a movie by lying about the people who are attached to the project. So he's saying like he's backed by a couple of people from Star Wars, ये वो, and ऐसे ऐसे करके इसने फंडिंग उठा लिया अपने पिक्चर के लिए. He's got almost up to $300,000 for his first movie that he's going to direct himself.
You
Now,
know,
ये
I
सब
want to
चल
know
रहा
who
है.
are these people who just give you funding basis somebody telling you हाँ मेरे साथ दो लोग हैं स्टार वॉर्स के हाँ ये ले 300,000 अपन इतने टाइम से ट्राई कर रहे पिक्चर बनाने का वो भी नहीं होता है
तो
ये.
वही ना, तेरे को बस बोलना है कि शाहरुख ने हाँ बोल दिया है, और शाहरुख ने हाँ बोल दिया है, और जाके तेरे को बोलना है अंबानी को कि देखो शाहरुख मेरे प्रोजेक्ट के साथ है, और अंबानी हाँ बोलेगा तो फिर तू शाहरुख के पास जा और बोल के अंबानी ने हाँ बोल दिया है.
हाँ
दैट
तो
इज द
ये
गेम.
Ah,
डायरेक्ट कौन कर रहा है अंबानी.
so,
ना
so
नहीं, डायरेक्ट तू बोल करेगा कोई आशुतोष गोवारे
आदित्य
करके.
धार ने हाँ बोल दिया है.
आदित्य धार ने हाँ बोल दिया है, लेकिन आदित्य धार को बोल के शाहरुख ने हाँ बोला, अरे फिर आदित्य धार भी हैप्पी है.
मालूम
स्क्रिप्ट
पड़ा
कौन
ये
लिख
वो
रहा
तीनों बैठ के पिक्चर बना रहा है बेंचो मेरे को अभी तक कुछ नहीं.
So they one very famous this thing. Another person who had used the same tactic was there was a promoter of boxing who
हाँ.
had done this. Who had set up basically the fight of the century. It was Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali, and it was being fought in Africa. Okay, so it was called the Rumble in the Jungle. So the Rumble in
Yes.
the Jungle strategy was exactly this. पहले वो अफ्रीका गया और बोला कि देख भाई, imagine how much press will happen to you. To this one, I forget the exact country, but he says कि imagine how much press you will get if Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier fight each other in your country. So he's like, but how will this happen? He's like, Arey, you wait now. You promised me you'll give me money. He's like, yes. Then he went to Joe Frazier. He's like, bro, Muhammad Ali has agreed to fight in Africa for this much money. तू करेगा? So he's like, Then he finally went to Muhammad Ali. He's like, देख, ये जो फ्रेजर
जो
और
फ्रेजर और अफ्रीका रेडी है.
अफ्रीका रेडी है, तू बता.
Wow.
हाँ
तो what I mean is this was his professional life. तो professional life में ये झोल कर रहा है. Simultaneously, this guy was a die-hard fan of Dexter. So he was encyclopedic about Dexter, like obsessively, like crazy about this TV show.
Hmm.
So what he started doing was, while this is going on, his professional life is possibly going in the best place possible. He's about to direct his first movie, but एक कीड़ा अंदर है. He wants to do something with this Dexter itch. So he starts a Facebook page where he starts writing as Dexter about fictitious murders that he is committing of people that are the way Dexter's modus operandi is. Okay, this person is a bad person and मैं इसका murder कर रहा हूँ. But he's describing those murders in visceral detail, and he's putting it out on the Facebook page as Dexter. And after a while, even this didn't scratch his itch. So he decided, I'm going to go on dating sites and entrap guys and actually
Murder
do a
them.
Dexter.
Oh,
So he
he's
gets
gay.
this guy. Huh?
He's gay.
No, he just wants to murder people. So he
अरे नो
pretends
बट
to
ही
be a woman. No, he
हाँ
pretends to be a
अच्छा
woman.
हाँ
हाँ
ओके ओके
हाँ.
हाँ
Catfishes them.
हाँ
So एक आदमी है, this guy called Giles, which was the first victim. Now Giles को अपने घर पे बुलाता है as a this के please come home, and he's pretending. Giles is expecting a woman is going to be there. He comes in and he sees the whole house is like the murder room of Dexter.
वो पूरा प्लास्टिक ये सब
सब
लगा के
कुछ
रखा है।
properly, हाँ. So that's it's like fully, and the kill table is there and everything, and this guy tries to attack him, and this victim Giles somehow fights him off and runs away. But he's so embarrassed about the fact because Giles was a married man who was cheating. So he was so embarrassed that he would have to tell the police and then by default tell his wife that I went thinking it's a woman and I was trying to have an affair. He doesn't report it to the police.
Oh
And
no.
then he gets another guy and manages to kill that second guy. And after he's killed
Oh.
that guy, now you think ये movies में सब होता है कि बॉडी को छुपा दिया और किसी को कुछ पता नहीं चला. Once he killed the guy, he realized, oh shit, it's very difficult to hide a body. So he suddenly says अपने friends को वापस Facebook पे लिखता है, guys, I've decided to move to Costa Rica, and tries to disappear. And all his friends kind of catch like ये कुछ गलत हो रहा है, and they call the cops, and the cops search his house, and eventually the guy
एंड द
is
बॉडीज
caught.
इन द हाउस चूतिया इतना
Yes.
सीजन डेक्स्टर देखने का फायदा क्या अगर तू बॉडी घर पे रखा है
अरे नहीं, वहां पे ऐसे कुछ छुपाने की कोशिश की थी. आई थिंक ही ट्राइड टू हाइड इट वेरी awkwardly, एंड सो ही इज लाइक फक इट, लेट मी जस्ट रन अवे बिकॉज ही कांट, एंड आल्सो ही डिडंट डू अ गुड जॉब क्लीनिंग अप. Like you really need to have good knowledge to like clean up all these things if you're committing murder or whatever. So इसको ये पकड़ा गया and now he's in jail. He's proper life sentence, and weird part is he still has a television in his cell, and
ही
guess what he
वॉचेस
watches?
सास
Dexter.
Wow.
And
Bhai,
eventually a couple of episodes of Kyuki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi.
या
But mostly Dexter.
but this is, I mean, all the murder aside, he's a real super fan, huh? Must say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like this.
So now only thing left is for Michael C. Hall to visit him in jail. Ki bhai, thank you for all the love that he's the lead actor of
Yeah,
Dexter.
yeah.
Thank
हाँ.
you for showing so much love to my character. लेकिन कुछ तो सीख लेता. Bro, I think we are all pros now. The amount of serial killer movies, documentaries, police procedural shows that tomorrow if you actually decide that चल मैं आज से serial killer, तो अपने
Public
को
वही
मालूम
कर
है
रहा है.
10 चीज जो उन लोग पहले अटैक करेंगे.
So
What I
there
mean?
are at least every 2-3 months, at least one case comes up where someone says, in India, where a criminal says, मैंने ये crime patrol से देख के किया है.
हाँ.
Like at least one every 3-4
Bro, in
months.
the US there was this guy उसे मर्डर करने के बाद एसिड में डाल दिया बॉडी को बिकॉज उसने ब्रेकिंग बैड पे देखा था. दैट्स
Breaking
हाउ
Bad में
वॉल्ट एंड
देखा था.
जेसी डिस्पोज ऑफ द बॉडी ना एसिड में डाल डुबा के रखते.
Yeah.
तो ये उसने किया है बोल के कि अरे मैंने वो शो पे देखा उधर तो हो गया. हाँ चूतिया वो शो था इसलिए.
Now, I want to take this life imitating art one step further, okay, by telling you this story. So, in a crazy case of life imitating art, what happens is that in November of 2000, a guy called Darius Yaniszewski, okay, he's a 35-year-old.
Does not sound like a made up name.
Darius
Yushki.
Ruski. Russian or Ruski नाम है.
Yaniszewski. So
हाँ.
he was a Polish guy, and he had a small advertising agency. And one day he goes to meet a client. Okay, he gets a phone call. Client says, "Hey, I want to hire you for a thing. Come meet me." So he goes to meet this client, and after that he goes missing. Now soon after, his body is found. Okay, and it's found in like it's in. He's been brutally murdered, and he's been tied up, and it's quite gruesome the way that he was killed. But after that, there were no clues. There was nothing that no one could find out who this mysterious client was who had called Darius to meet him, and the whole case goes cold. Now, 3 years later, the lead detective on this case, a guy called Detective Jacek Wroblewski. Okay, and forgive my
Again
lack of-
made up name.
yeah, forgive me for not
Wroblewski.
being able to pronounce the Polish names correctly.
All
but
our Polish
basically-
fan base, Polish
Yeah.
excuse us for this mispronunciation.
Wow, superb. The Polish police officer Yes.
Hey,
Yes,
So
from
he's a police officer.
See this fine. Hashtag नीचे लिखो hashtag police officer. How many times
Polish
could you
police
say it?
officer.
Police
Police
officer.
police.
Polish police officer who was basically, what he finds out is that he finds this one particular clue that had been overlooked at the time. The clue was that he found out that days after the murder or disappearance of Darius, his phone had been auctioned off on an internet auction site, and the account the account used for the sale belonged to a man called Christian Bala,
Obala,
very
Obala, Obala.
a very non-Polish surname, who was a philosophy graduate,
Oh, I thought he was a philosopher.
philosophy graduate and author. Now, the Polish police officer, he basically finds out that coincidentally, that in the year 2003, Christian Bala has a new book out. Okay. And it's called Amok. So this police officer was like, while I'm solving this case, let me also do some light reading. So he goes and buys this guy's debut novel. And as he's reading the debut novel, he finds that there is a murder that is written about in this particular book. And the murder is exactly the way or the person who is killed in this book has been killed exactly the way that Darius was. And it, in fact, has details that were never released to the public.
Oh,
So
hard.
that's how they basically caught him. And
ये
Nuts.
basic instinct है.
Basic instinct, hai, but less sex.
well, lot less.
Oh, crazy.
So yeah.
Crazy. चल मेरे पास एक लास्ट है छोटू वाला है.
हाँ.
Basically, I was trying to look at like true crime. अभी recent में कुछ हो रहा है क्या? Right? So एक 2024 का केस है. Okay. So basically, there's a lady called Suchana Seth, who is an AI ethics expert and data scientist with 12 years plus of experience.
Oh, I know this case. It's horrible.
Okay, it's Mindful AI Lab करके उसका company है, and like she was actually one of the 100 brilliant women in AI etc. that she has won. Huh? Got a lot of awards. Is actually very big in her field. CEO of the startup. Okay, so she is on her way from Goa to Bangalore in a cab. When on like right before she reaches Bangalore, she is caught by the cops. And the crime that they are after her for, which is what they've caught her for, is the murder of her 4-year-old son.
Yeah.
Okay.
So turns out she had gone to Goa. How they found out? She had gone to Goa with her kid, checked into the hotel. So the hotel staff is saying, "Arey, checked in, bag, bacha." And then suddenly 2 days later, she has called up saying, "मेरे लिए cab book करो, Goa to Bangalore." So then they said, "Ma'am, this will actually turn out to be more expensive for you. The cheaper option is just take a flight. Because by the it will take more time." She said, "No, I need a car." And the hotel staff, while she's checking out, has seen her bag looks weirdly heavier. You can tell sometimes it's heavier than how it seemed when she had come in, and no sign of the child. Then they've gone to the room, final cleaning करने के लिए, they found blood-soaked towels. So fearing the worst, they have alerted the cops, told them gadi number yada yada, and finally the cops have intercepted, caught her, taken her to jail, where she has actually misbehaved and physically hit the female officers who are escorting. And after much this, the reason is that she was tired of this custody battle. And she didn't want her child, her son, to be with anybody else. So she thought that the best thing to do in that case is to kill the poor child. So this 4-year-old kid has been killed because they didn't want to go through custody battle. She was frustrated. And she was charged under multiple sections: destruction of evidence, Goa Children's Act, murder, ye wo. She still maintains her innocence.
Innocence to by. I mean,
like, how are you maintaining innocence? Bag mein bachcha hai. There was a dead child in the bag.
No, and I think the moral of this whole episode is that if you're going through a divorce, just go through the divorce. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to do anything other than that.
No, any legal battle you're going through, just go through the legal battle, because no matter how bad you think that legal battle will be, the other option of murder is going to be way worse. So yeah, तो ऐसा है भाई.
Oh my God, that was a real downer.
इसी बात पे आज खत्म.
एक है अच्छा चल I've got a this
एक
it's a
कुछ
bit of
जलेबी
a
दे
true crime.
खाने के बाद.
हाँ चल this is a weird कुछ कुछ होता है it's a
हाँ?
reverse कुछ कुछ होता है.
ये क्या है
So
भाई?
तो
होता है कुछ
apparently
कुछ.
so there was one day क्या हुआ this one Uber Eats guy, he goes to a house, okay, and he delivers food and a chota girl answers and he gives her food. And then again, 2-3 दिन बाद again, and it's a $200 bill, and it's a very nice house. It's like a posh neighborhood. Like approximately each house there would be like $3 million. So there,
Hmm.
these two girls, it's a rich house. तो उसको $200 दे देती है with tip. It's like fuck great. 2-4 दिन बाद वापस $200, and ये ग्रोसरीज ला रहा है, ये ला रहा है, खाना ला रहा है, वापस $200. एंड
Hmm.
सेम लड़की आ रही है बार बार. It's like he started feeling odd, like, and he was doing this for weeks. So he started off, and then like December से चालू है इसका delivery. January में जाके ना he gets a little scared, so he's like he calls the cops and he says कि आप एक बार neighbor से बात करो कि हर बार मैं delivery करता हूँ ये बच्ची आंसर कर रही है. So the cops come in and knock on the door, no answer. They break through the door and they find a set of twins alone in that super expensive house.
Oh.
And everything, and ऐसा नहीं है कि they are like कुछ in bad shape or anything. The house is in immaculate condition. They ask the girls how what is happening. It's like the girls have been cleaning the house and table पे अपने उनका एक बाप का एक study area जहाँ पे सारे bills रखे हैं properly stacked and paid. The houses का bills have been paid. This has been paid. It's like what the fuck? How are these guys? And the fridge is full. Everything is packed up. Then they're like, how the fuck are these girls doing this? And they go and open their parents' cupboard, and there's about some 42 envelopes, 45 envelopes with $5,000 in each one. And the envelopes are labeled right up to almost 1 year, like the uh, December 2024 तक labeled है. And उसमें the last वाले में एक note लिखा हुआ है, now you can call for help. So the parents apparently abandoned them, घर छोड़ के वटिश in November 2023 and left these envelopes. Like कुछ कुछ कहना है, कुछ कुछ होता है. And उनको
Wow.
बोला और उनको instructions दिया कि classes तो वो लोग online classes भी attend कर रहे हैं अपने. तो
Wow.
they have done more
Dude,
parenting.
that's gotta suck. That even when your parents are absconding, you still have to do your homework. Yeah. Yeah. Dude.
No, also I feel like the boss of this pizza delivery guy must be so pissed off.
Yeah,
It's
like
like,
तेरे
bro,
को
अगर तू चुप बैठता ना 1 साल के लिए वो ऑर्डर करते जाते, तू क्यों बोला कुछ भी?
और अगर मालूम भी पड़ गया अपन जाके चोरी कर लेते ब्रो. पिज्जे छोड़, अपने पास पैसे होते.
पिज्जे छोड़. मतलब यू आर
वाह.
सेइंग कि दिस पिज्जा गाय इज गोइंग टू गो, मैं ये 2 9 साल के बच्चियों से सारा पैसा चुरा लूंगा.
हाँ.
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 एक्चुअली हाँ.
Actually,
बट
yeah.
एक्चुअली दिस इज अ वेरी
तू नहीं
एक्चुअली आई एम
चुराता
ग्लैड
आदर.
दैट डेट आई एम ग्लैड मैं आई हैव एथिक्स.
अच्छा.
मैं आधा पैसा छोड़ता हूँ उन लोग के लिए.
And then they are calling you only for the pizza, भाई साहब.
हाँ, एंड देन आई मेक देम साइन द डीड टू द हाउस. 3 million का घर है, हम दोनों आधा आधा
Oh.
करते हैं. तू हाँ तो तेरे लिए
Oh, so you
इन्वेस्टमेंट
think
भी
they have
करूंगा.
power of
1.5 million,
attorney?
1.5
You
million.
think this 9-year-old children have the power of attorney to sign over the deed of the house? मस्त. चलो और कुछ है कि
Okay.
खत्म करे?
बस
I
खत्म
have
कर.
one
हाँ
last one.
हाँ
So here's a big crazy loophole. Okay, it works in Germany. So if you want to try it, please go to Germany and try it. I don't know if they've amended the law since, but in 2009, thieves broke into this luxury store. Okay, and they wiped the place clean. All right, now the police, when looking through the thing, they find evidence. Okay, there is DNA evidence that they find at the scene of the crime. They are able to track the person who the DNA evidence belongs to. But when they find this man, they
He's already
find
dead.
out कि उसका twin brother भी है.
Oh.
And because twins have identical DNA, they cannot prove कि इसने किया है कि इसने किया है. And so
तो
they had to
दोनों को
let
जेल
both brothers off.
अच्छा वो तो ऑफ
Somewhere,
वो दोनों को
David,
जेल में डाल देंगे
somewhere David Dhawan is in a corner saying, अगर जुड़वा को थ्रिलर बना दिया तो कैसे करेंगे?
नहीं, अभी भी
भाई
कॉमेडी है.
डोंट डोंट गिव हिम आइडियाज हाँ ये थ्रिलर कॉमेडी एक अभी हॉरर कॉमेडी चल रहा है अभी थ्रिलर कॉमेडी
थ्रिलर कॉमेडी.
कॉमेडी तो बनता है यार.
चलो, मजेदार. तो
और
गाइस, अगर आप ट्विन से और मर्डर करना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज जर्मनी जाइए. अगर
फटाफट
twin नहीं
फौरन
हो
रवाना.
और आपको मर्डर करना है तो प्लीज मत कीजिए, क्योंकि मर्डर अच्छी चीज नहीं है. एंड इफ यू हैव एनी अदर इंटरेस्टिंग ट्रू क्राइम स्टोरीज दैट यू वांट टू शेयर विद अस, थोड़ा हम लोग को लिंक विंक भेज दो, हम भी थोड़ा देख लेते हैं. देयर इज अ होल बंच ऑफ इट लेफ्ट एंड वी आर ऑब्वियसली गोइंग टू डू अ लॉट मोर ट्रू क्राइम एपिसोड. वी हैडंट डन इन अ व्हाइल, इसलिए ये वाला किया. सो होप यू गाइस एंजॉयड this episode. We'll see you again next week. Until then, it's goodbye. Take care. Tata. Salamesh.
Hold up.
चल मैं स्पॉइलर बता ही देता हूँ. तो
हाँ,
ठाकुर
तो
क्या होता है ना, धुरंधर 2 में बड़े साहब का नाम है